The active weather pattern responsible for 3 tornado warnings already this afternoon is still rolling through our area this evening. Right now we have even more live team coverage for you this evening. Our crews have been all up and down the Grand Strand giving you a first-hand look at what they're seeing. Well, you can hear behind us, the party is definitely getting started. Let's go ahead and get a live look right now over the festival grounds. Oh, it is the place to be, and we are continuing to bring you our live team coverage of all the action here at CCMF. We got our Ian Klein, Ali Espinosa, Ashley Listrom, and Tegan Brown all going to be joining us from across the festival grounds. Here's how all this played out. So arrest warrant state officers tried to pull Williams over Friday night on Highway 701 and Airport Road. So you can see right here where all of that got going. But then Williams sped away. During that process, he was also throwing bags of drugs and a gun out the window. There was so much polling and so much data coming out saying that Nikki Haley would actually have a better shot against Joe Biden in a general election than Donald Trump would. So why hasn't that been more of a factor? In about 90 minutes, a highly anticipated meeting will get underway in Surfside Beach, where we're expected to get an update on the ongoing saga surrounding the new pier's opening. Will it? Won't it? Our Eric Richards is live in Surfside Beach. Eric, you and I both live in the South Strand, and for us, and I'm sure many others, it's starting to feel like Groundhog's Day. And I quoted, "Costs a lot of money to look this cheap." A very rhinestone look at this country music icon's fabulous new fashion exhibit. I think we can now confirm that Mother Nature, like a lot of these fans here, have been waiting a year for Morgan Wallen to come. Right. So she's setting him up real good for a great night.
Really good.
Yes.
Morgan's debut in Myrtle
That's
Beach.
going to be a blast.
From the north to the South Strand, we've also got boots on the ground in the second spot today to see a tornado warning. Our Ali Espinosa joins us live now in Cherry Grove, telling us how the situation there has changed in just the past half hour. Ali, I know last time we checked in, you were seeing signs flying. What's the situation now? Take a look. This will make you do a double take. Watch. A Dorchester County driver captured this video. Wow. This was earlier today, showing a small, brief tornado. Yeah, small but mighty, picking up a car on Highway 54, flipping it over. Goose Creek police confirmed 2 people in that car that you just saw were taken to the hospital. I'm here with Chief Meteorologist Jamie Arnold as he's timing out the next wave of rain. Haven't we had enough?
We have had enough.
Back to the story I know many of you all have been talking about here in the last 24 hours. Tonight, Sandra Schultz Peter's loved ones hoping to keep her memory alive following her tragic death yesterday when she was hit by an Horry County police vehicle on the beach. You might be able to see the crane here behind us, so that's because they actually had to put in an additional net because these guys are so good. They have so much power behind that swing that they needed a higher net. You also got that alert not long ago about that report of a tree falling on a house in Marion, as well as a tree falling on a car in Marion. Fortunately, in both of those instances, no injuries were reported. That house, though, does have damage. Galentine's Day is a day dedicated to women and for women, a time to celebrate female friendships, sisters, aunts, moms, grandmas. So, on this Galentine's Day, try to carve out some time to share some love with your favorite female co-anchor.
And welcome to the biggest party in Myrtle Beach. I'm Rachel Bogle.
We are glad you're along for the ride. I'm serving up more than just chicken for you.
And this is something you talk about all the time. You love this place, Bojangles, offering up a specialty star-spangled bow box with proceeds going back to Folds of Honor. Nothing says America like hanging out on the world's oldest Navy warship. So this lottery is going to select 150 people at random to join the crew as they set sail in the Boston Harbor. South Carolina's top prosecutors calling for a new statewide violent crimes reduction unit aimed at tackling a backlog of more than 11,000 cases at least 3 years or older, with many of them being murder or sex crimes cases. And it is confirmed from the Army Golden Knights that the Jumpers are canceling. They will not be doing their performance tonight. That's due to winds and a storm front moving in that would impact their aircraft. Standing room only as parents come out in droves following days of disruptions at Carolina Forest High School. Good evening at 7. I'm Rachel Bogle. So this meeting just got underway an hour ago exactly. Just this morning, the district confirming there was a 6th threat targeting Carolina Forest High School. There has been quite a bit of conversation on the other side of the aisle lately about, if he, God forbid something were to happen to him and he had to step back, or he just decided, after all, I can't do this.
What would happen then? Would it automatically be Kamala Harris? We're live out here at the Dunes Golf and Beach Club for the inaugural Myrtle Beach Classic. Now, Visit Myrtle Beach is the title sponsor of the tournament, and as you can imagine, it's not an easy job to present a PGA event. I probably should have learned to play golf before this. How's your game?
I've learned how to play, just not play well. So maybe we need to get out there.
That is the
soon.
key.
Eric.
We could make it a group effort, like I'm learning and I need a caddy.
Yeah.
Eric, are you busy?
You're lucky I'm here and you're there.
The festival brings big names from really all over, but it also gives fans the chance to hear artists they may never have heard before, maybe find a new favorite.
Absolutely, that happens a lot. And that also includes one man from right here in Horry County, so you don't have to go too far. Warwick McZeek is joining us.
How's it going, guys? Great to see y'all as well.
So you already got to perform, so how was that?
I did. It was amazing. I got to open up this beautiful festival on Thursday.
Being an Horry County guy, being from Loris too, I was seeing some of your posts on social media, and you're very much rep for my county. Let's talk about how important that is to you, and particularly this festival. So for people that don't know the backstory, kind of tell why it's so special, not only repping Horry County, but also being here at CCMS.
I mean, hear you saying those words, I get chills.
This is something you don't see every day. A plane making an emergency landing on a highway. We are talking in the middle of the day.
Specifically on Highway 501 and the notoriously busy stretch of road near Carolina Forest Boulevard. Our Julia Richardson joins us now right near the spot where that emergency landing took place. So Julia, what do we know so far about how in the world this even happened? Boeing feeling the heat on Capitol Hill today in a pair of Senate hearings. An engineer turned whistleblower accuses the company of taking several shortcuts in assembling its 777 and 787 Dreamliner jets. He claims crews who've been building these planes since 2011 have failed to properly align sections of the plane's fuselage. That's the main part of the plane, making the jets vulnerable to breaking apart.
Usual broadcaster has lost his voice, so a 19-year-old woman stepped in, just took that mic.
You know, when you need to get somebody to do it, call a woman. In doing so, she became the first female to call a game in the team's 72-year history.
I'm just going to wait and see if one of you going to talk.
I mean, it says you.
It says you.
It says you're supposed to talk right now.
E-R-I-C.
All right, I will. Still time to enjoy the current clear.
The Supreme Court upheld a federal gun law today that gun safety advocates say helps save lives. It prevents those with a domestic violence restraining order filed against them from having a gun. But opponents say the law violates the Second Amendment. Who's in charge at the South Carolina State House has major implications for what legislation is enacted and how it affects South Carolinians' everyday lives.
Governor DeSantis of Florida, who
Was that a bit surprising, do you think? Because, he did have some pretty strong words, when he was still in the race himself. I mean, but some more than others.
Sure.
I would, specifically, DeSantis, Nikki Haley had stronger words than, say, Vivek Ramaswamy did. It certainly Tim Scott did as well.
yeah, it's a little bit of a surprise.
Horry County Police received a call Monday about a suspicious car on East Highway 9. They said it was essentially sitting there for about 20 minutes. When an officer knocked on the window, that driver took off. That started that chase, which reached speeds of up to 135 miles per hour. Again, that was on Highway 31. As you can see here in this dash cam video, barely missing that other car. Just basically comes out of nowhere. The new version of the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, is supposed to open next month.
Yeah, this is how most families actually get student loans or financial aid for college.
I remember filling this out. In this Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Rachel DePompa tells us why it's delayed this year. So McDonald's customers had a big wait for their lunch orders yesterday, and for once it had nothing to do with the ice cream machine. But after nearly 7 years of planning, designing, and construction, it's still unknown when people can actually go back and enjoy the attraction. And that rain already leading to headaches. Now as the holiday travel rush gets underway, you can already see plenty of wet roads. That's 501 northbound. That slowed down due to a crash near Carolina Forest Boulevard, blocking at least the right shoulder, maybe a part of the right lane as well. What NASCAR does, and particularly what Darlington does so well, is making this whole weekend so family friendly. I mean, if you look around me here, this is all the area getting set for the hauler parade. Look at how many children and how many families are here. Wave, guys, hi. See little fans here growing up gaining that passion that I'm sure is going to continue through their whole life as true fans of racing and big fans of Darlington.
I've actually been trying to get you in at some point to teach you the Austin TikTok dance. That is my mission by the end of this. So maybe if I go get the CCMF crew dancers, maybe they can help me out.
And this is where we move on.
All right, you're going to want to check this out right meow. Cat weighing more than 40 pounds will soon have a new home. That's a thick boy.
Fortunately, Patches has a new home and on a little diet, so slimming down and
You're going to need a big diet.
Oh, yeah.